European leaders are working very hard to impress on President Trump the importance of a meaningful negotiation when he meets President Putin. The question is, are the Europeans influential? What power do they really have to influence American decision-making? In reality, the Europeans have quite a lot of power to affect the outcome of the result of the summit, if not the summit itself, because the Europeans have the ability to help Ukraine keep on fighting. If Ukraine rejects what comes out of this summit in Alaska, with European help, the Ukrainians can carry on fighting, even if the Americans withdraw all of their support. The Europeans have put in more than twice as much now to what the Americans have put into helping Ukraine. The Americans have put in about $120 billion since 2022. The Europeans have put in $260 billion since that time. And Ukraine produces about 40% of its weapons itself. It gets another 40% from Europe, and only 20% of its weapons now, generally speaking, are from the United States. So the Europeans have some influence in what happens next, because Ukraine does have the option, if it chooses, to carry on fighting instead of accepting a completely unjust peace that would actually be imposed on them and take a fair chunk of their territory away. On the other hand, the Europeans shouldn't overstate the influence that they've got, because although the Europeans are now providing 40% of the weapons that Ukraine uses, and the United States is only providing 20%, that 20% are the weapons that Ukraine most needs in the most sophisticated categories. And the United States also provides intelligence help, and that's really important in terms of running the battlefield, in targeting help. And never underestimate the importance of Starlink, Elon Musk's system that allows the Ukrainians to operate on the battlefield very, very efficiently. If Elon Musk chose to turn off that system, as he has in the past, he denies it, but we know that he has for short periods, then the Ukrainians are in a much more difficult position to try to resist Russian attacks, which are overwhelming in their size and numbers of troops that they can put into it. So the Europeans shouldn't overstate what they can do, but they can actually do quite a lot to keep the Ukrainians going. And that must be a benefit to Zelensky, to know that the major European powers have still got his back. They're still supporting him. They still mean it when they say they'll do whatever it takes.